morning, friends. It's Nancy. It's Saturday, I believe it's the 23rd of June. Just got a little bit of a thrift haul. I don't think any yard selling is going to happen today. It's raining. Seems like it's rained just about every weekend. But I did have yesterday off. My plan this summer is to take every Friday off. I have some time that's kind of accumulated at the office, so I might as well have me some long weekends. So yesterday I went to the Goodwill bins, and if you've never been to the bins, oh my goodness, it is a riot. This was only my second trip. I do have a video back in, I want to say February-ish, that describes my first experience at the bins. So what I'm going to show you today is a combination of bins and the thrift store in Elmira that sells by the pound as well. So mostly you're going to see some seasonal decor. So I have some floral stems with autumn leaves and some big sunflowers, some other sunflowers. So I will use those when it becomes fall. And here's just a little pick and a garland. Actually, it looks like there's two garlands there. Yeah, I think it is two garlands. So one has these tiny little leaves and one has these bigger maple leaves. Okay. So I got these mugs, and I think I saw something on eBay where these Starbucks mugs are really collectible. So this one is Seattle. This one is London. This one is Macau. And this one is Las Vegas. So I don't know if they are or not, but I got them. I'll do a little research. And it's funny that all four of them would show up, because clearly somebody was collecting them. I got this little Bleak. I don't know what it is, but it's very pretty. If you have any ideas what it is, let me know. I got a rolling pin, and I got this set of name tags. That's not a chip, that's just a sticker. So you would write the name on in a grease pencil or something for place settings. And they were originally $20 and they were marked down to $12. And then I got them 88 cents a pound, so I don't know, probably maybe a quarter. I got this vintage gardening tool, and it says Britannia. I don't know if that's going to come in. Anyway, you're going to have to take my word for it that it was made in England. And I got a couple of these metallic cups. Actually, my husband found these, and he's like, oh my god, my grandmother had these, and these are in such great shape, you need to buy these. So they had been for sale in a yard sale at the thrift store. Nobody bought them for $1 a piece, so I got them 88 cents a pound. Just the two. Got this tin, and it's English made, and it's in pretty good shape. I think it's got some age. very decorative. Here's a weird purchase. It's just a birch log that's been cut, and I thought this might be handy in the autumn or at Christmas time to you know, do a vignette, and this might give something a little bit of height. Got a bunch of little notions, some rickrack, some cotton, I think, for darning these little frogs, some lace. Well, it's not really lace, it's, I don't know what you call it. Buttons, more buttons. I like this one a lot. And then there was all these bags of buttons. I don't know if this is going to come in or not. These ones look like tiny little silver roses. Check this out. It's gross. But I thought the packaging was interesting. I found this vintage anniversary card. Made in Canada. Another notions card. A little biscuit cutter with a red wooden handle. It's a little bent out of shape. I'll have to see if I can straighten that out a bit. Got this little strawberry ornament. It's fabric. And I got a strawberry emery. So I'm going to take these and put them with my other strawberry stuff that's I've been accumulating. So this is kind of a copper colored flower cookie cutter. Some more buttons. And I got all of these Scrabble tiles. It was in a vintage game, but I didn't want the whole game. I just wanted the tiles, so I took the tiles out and put the game back. This is some vintage ribbon, and it's the kind that if you moisten it, it sticks to itself. I liked the graphic that's on there with the rose, and the original price, 25 cents. Doesn't say where it was made, but and it's pretty yellow color. This is an enamelware bin of some kind. I'm wondering if this slid into something because it has the this edge here. So I wonder if it slid into something. Anyway, it's really handy for corralling things together. I did get some other interesting buttons. Let me see if I can show these to you. So this was in a bag, and they're all clear plastic buttons, but they're all different. This one looks almost like crystal. Some of them are just plain. This one kind of looks a little floral, a little dirty. Anyway, I also got this handkerchief, and it has these pretty little floral embroidery design in the border. Whoops. I'll lose my buttons. Got this bag of ribbon. I haven't even opened it. It was 75 cents. I got this at a thrift store. This wasn't at the by the pound store. But there's, you know, grove grain ribbon, some patterned ribbon. I'll be able to use this in some crafts. I really like this yellow one with the picot edge. And the black and white polka dot's pretty nice too. Got these napkins, Easter napkins, and I really love the bunny. It's very vintage looking. They were $5 at one point. My ongoing thing with strawberries. These are postcards. So you would open them up and write a message, and then it seals. There's a gummed edge here. And then you would send it like a postcard. So I got 3 of those. There's no marking as to who the maker was or anything. I got another handkerchief with little pink flowers embroidered there. Got this turkey. He's in good shape. He's kind of dirty. But again, I don't think he's vintage, but I think he would make some fine decor for Thanksgiving time. I got this book, and it's by Etiquette. Now that is going back about 100 years. That Etiquette was a star, and it's about I think it's about the Wall Street crash in '29, and it's 1929. There's illustrations in here. There's some inappropriate illustrations here. Anyway, I imagine it's humorous because he was a comedian. I did get some books, but I'm not showing you those. But in one of the books I found this course outline for an English, second year English class, I guess, from 1943 to 44. Interesting. So that was from the University of Western Ontario. Sorry, I got distracted there reading it. Which is the university that I did my undergrad at, and it's no longer called the University of Western Ontario. It was when I went there, but now it's just Western, which is kind of terrible. I got these 2 Crewel embroidery pieces. These were in a frame, but I didn't want the frame, so I just took them out. They date to 1975, so that one is Ivy, and the one that I really, really like is the Boston Fern. So it has these 3-dimensional leaves, and it's in like a macrame hanger. You can see the pot underneath. It's all sort of basket weaving in yarn there. Also 1975. Somebody worked really hard on this, and it makes me sad when I see these things. I'm going to think about what I'm going to do with them. I don't know. I might not even keep them, but we'll see. We'll see. I got this great little, well, not so little, sewing basket. It just needs to have the trim glued back down, which I can do. And inside I've got some faux fruits and pumpkins and gourds that I can use for decor in the fall as well. And they're hollow, so they don't weigh very much. So, you know, pennies. It just cost me pennies. One thing that was interesting was that the bottom is marked foreign, and I really like the paper that is on the bottom. So I think that this is British, or came from somewhere in Europe, and then was sold in Britain, because I believe there was a law around probably in the early 20th century that anything made outside of England had to be marked foreign in order to be sold. I might be talking through my hat, but that's, I think I heard something like that. Got two wreaths. This one is Eastery. It has a little chick there, and I think it's really pretty, and I like this purple stuff here. So I'll put that away for Easter. And this one, I don't even know what you call this stuff, but I liked it. I think I will be hanging that rather soon. I have another one somewhat like that I have hanging and I really enjoy. Okay, that's part of the haul. Okay. Got this book of etiquette. I think it's from the 50s. Let me double check. Yeah, the copyright says 1952, and this printing was 1958. And I really enjoyed reading some of this the other night. It was talking about, you know, how long should an engagement be, and, you know, it shouldn't be more than 6 months, and if it is more than 6 months, then, you know, the bride-to-be is wasting her time. She needs to put herself back out on the marriage market, I guess. How to live with servants. Yeah, just some really archaic etiquette. You know, how to address the Pope when you meet the Pope. I got this old crochet magazine. It doesn't have any date on it anywhere, but I thought the images were really cute. So most of the patterns have little drawings that go with them. Look at those roses. Anyway, when you're paying by the pound and it's just a little, you know, 20 sheets of paper, it's not expensive at all. I got this scrap of fabric. It's not a lot there. There's maybe 1/3 of a yard, but I thought it was really pretty. Got this other piece of upholstery weight, and I have a chair that would look really great with this, so I might put a new seat, might recover the seat. This, I think, is a headband for somebody with a really big head, or maybe the elastic's just really stretched out. But the lace is gorgeous, and I'm gonna take this apart and repurpose that. I got this really nice doily, some vintage Christmas tags, and these little cards. I got one, I think there's about 5 there. Very thin paper, and it looks to me sort of 50s-ish. That was really nice. Got some more buttons. There's actually some charms in here as well. Like this one's like a fish. There's an airplane. There's different stuff in there. And I got these 2 Christmas cards. The images look vintage, but I don't think they're that old. Maybe 80s, 1980s. This napkin has the Irish linen label still stuck to it, and it has a monogram of an A in the corner. Another thing that I found in a book was this picture of these boys. I'm assuming they're all boys. What a handsome family. I don't know what to do with it. Got these bingo cards. and paper bags, and this little book. Let's see if there's a date in it. 1936? That can't be right. 1936? Oh, 39. Sorry. Here it has a date of 38 in the corner. Anyway, it's got some really cute titles in here. Thanksgiving, My Sled, Snowflakes, Christmas, Reindeer, Snowman, Easter, April Rain. So I thought this could be really fun to remake. Here's one about bees and daffodils. Anyway, I thought that was fun. So I have a project here to remake something. Who knows? And I just got a couple of last but not least. I got this tray. It's not going to show up, but it is magnetic. So I think I'll chalk paint it and turn it into a magnetic board of some kind. Oh, I got this little box just to store stuff in. Got an enamel lid. It still has a price tag on it. It's dirty. And look at this one. I don't know how much of this is going to come in. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, you'd never see strawberries and pears together in the wild, but... And it is made in England. So, the back's kind of scratched up, but the front's not in terrible shape. I like the turquoise edge. Alright, so that's my haul for today. I think I'll be sticking pretty close to home, kind of trying to clean things up and put things away and maybe work on some crafting projects. So I hope you're having a great weekend, and we will see you again soon. Take care.